Boarding or training? Boarding or training? Boarding or training? Which one do we want? Hello fellow equestrians, how you doing guys? I'm Nolan M Cruz and I'm here to make your life just a little bit better. Here we go. Boarding or training? Which one do we want? I can't tell you what you want. I can tell you what I know though. Here's the thing. So when you go into the equestrian world, there are two different barns you're going to. There's some like that they came merged to, that's gray area. We don't talk about that. But there's two different barns you can go to. You got the boarding barn, and we got the training barn. Alright, and they both have their pros, they both have their cons, but here I'm going to try to help you kind of differentiate the two. So probably the first question on your mind is, what's the difference? Figure that one out. We need to figure out what you want. What is your goal? How do you want it done? Disclaimer, I'm going to make this very simple just because I'm going to use dressage riders as an example. This can still go, this still goes for show jumpers, still goes for adventures, this still goes for hunters, it still goes for everything. But for my examples here, I'm just going to use dressage as an example. Okay, so first thing is, what is your goal? What do you want? So let's say I am, we'll just use my name, Nolan M Cruz, and I just bought myself a 4-year-old youngster. Wink, wink. I'll tell you about that more. First, prioritize what you want. Okay, I want this horse to go up to Grand Prix. Okay, now I've got two choices. Do I want to do it myself, or do I really want to get the coach to do it? And don't get too quick and go, well, of course I want to do it myself. You have to figure out how you're going to be able to do it. Remember, it takes about 7 years to get a horse properly to Grand Prix, and that's doing it really well, where you know A, B, and C, this is a system that we need to get done. No, this isn't just, oh, I want to go up there, here we go. No, no. It takes 6 to 7, possibly 8 years to get the horses up there correctly and smartly. And for them to actually build the muscle to be able to do it. This isn't about, oh, I'm going to learn it. This is, I know what I'm doing. So if you're going to do it by yourself and you're just learning it, then it's going to take possibly even longer. Probably even longer. So now you go prioritize. You want your horse to Grand Prix. Okay, do you have 6 days a week to do this horse? If you have a demanding job, it's possible you won't be able to do it. You might be willing, I can only ride 3 times a week. Well, great, this horse needs 6 days. Well, great, so I can't really do that. So that's why you probably want to go to a training barn. With a training barn, you're going in with the trainer who you believe in. They'll ride the horse or school the horse those days that you aren't there, possibly even more. You can come in for your lesson 2-3 times a week. They'll give you a lesson, but they're going to keep up the schooling. But let's say you want to do it yourself. It's all about you. You don't care how long it takes. If it takes you 15 years, it takes you 15 years. Hi, I'm one of them. Thank you very much. So if you want that, then you go to a boarding facility. And with the boarding facility, you get to choose what grain you want that horse on. Chances are you could choose your coach. If you can get a horse or a coach that comes, you're doing great. Because a lot of coaches aren't traveling these days. It's great if your coach comes to teach you on your horse at your farm. So here's a shout out to you coaches like that, because we need more people like you. I like to call this the how you want it, who you want it with, and when you want it done. You get to choose your farrier, your feed, your vet, blah, 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 how you want to do the training. That's pretty much on you. You're the one doing it, you're the one learning it. You can have as many lessons as you want, whatever. This is it. Pretty much you are paying for your freedom. If I want to hack 3 days a week, I'm going to hack 3 days a week. If I want to do test riding 3 days a week, don't do a lot of test riding, guys. Really, just don't do a lot of it. I can do that. It's up to me. So you get all this freedom, but there's a big disadvantage, which is you have less guidance. Unless you're getting your coach out 6 days a week, that you want to do it yourself, you really have less guidance. So maybe think, okay, there's got to be a lot of pros about going to a training barn. And let me tell you, there are a lot of pros. You choose who you want to school with. If you wanted it to be pro number 1, pro number 2, pro number 3, whatever, pro number XYZ, it doesn't matter. You get to choose them. If they have training available, you go in there, you're happy. The reason why you're choosing that pro is because you trust and believe in their schooling. You know that you really believe that they know what they're doing, and you will not question what they're doing because they got from point A to point B. They are going to do everything in their power to make your horse hit that goal of yours. That's what their job is to do. So they're going to do A, B, and C to get it there. No ands, no ifs, no buts. That's what they're doing. So you have to be going, this is amazing. What could be so bad about that? Well, let me tell you. I'm not saying it's bad, but you just have to be upfront with what you're really stepping into. So with boarding, you have all this freedom. You come to training, yeah, you're done. No freedom for you. You're going to do what the pro asks you to do, when they want you to do it, and how they want it done. There's no ifs, ands, or buts for you. That's what they're doing. They're deciding if your horse needs a massage on day number 5, that horse is getting a massage on day number 5. They're scheduling it. Here's the bill. If your horse's feet are too long, they're going to call the farrier and say, no, the farrier's coming today. Here's the bill. If they decide the horse needs feed 1, 2, and 3, you don't get a say. You say, oh, well, it's going to make the horse a bit hot for my leg. It doesn't matter. Shut up. Pay the bill. This is what the horse is getting fed. That's it. You'll come in. You don't want your horse to be clipped. You come in. They'll say, no, your horse got clipped. Here's the bill. This is pretty much how training works. You have to remember the inside theory of horses. There is no real money in boarding. What trainers and all that are getting their money off of is showing, training, and doing the things that take care of it so you don't have to. All right, I'm not saying, please, once again, disclaimer, this does not mean everybody. I'm not generalizing these things. I'm just simply saying that from what I've dealt with, this is how it kind of goes. If I want my horse to go to Grand Prix, that trainer is going to do everything it can. If that means clipping that horse once every month, that's what they're going to do. Just pay the bill. What you said was you want this horse to go to Grand Prix. And then let's talk about the schooling part. Like, the good thing about it is, okay, I can only be here 3 times a week. I know my horse needs to go 6 days a week. I can only be here 3 days a week. Great, the trainer will say, great, I'll do the training, I'll do the schooling while you're not here. And when you do come, I'll teach you on your horse. Great, that could be fine for a lot of people. But just understand that that's pretty much how it is. There's no riding alone. Some trainers will allow this, that you can get on your horse when they're not there, and but a lot of trainers will not believe in that, because as bad as it sounds, you could screw up the horse, and you could screw up the schooling. And that means when you're gone, you went back to work, trainer has to fix those. So now you're just screwing around. And we all know the funny little quote about training is, you teach the horse to do it once, great. But if you go back, you take a step backwards, and they go, oh, I don't have to do that, it's going to be twice as hard to get that horse to go back to where it was a second time. If we can keep the horse on one straight, narrow path, we're good to go. No backtracking. Second funny little quote is, it doesn't matter if you're schooling correctly or if you're schooling poorly, you're still schooling. Practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Just remember that when thinking about what the coach is actually thinking. Alright, so also I'm going to put this on the positive side. With a boarding barn, everybody is not really in for the same goal. Some people want to jump. Some people want to get to Grand Prix dressage. Some people want to just go out for nice little hacks on the buckle. Everybody's on their own little thing. So everybody's going to have their little opinion about how you're doing it all wrong. But that's the positive side about training barns is everybody's looking for the same goal. Because if I am, Grand Prix dressage trainer and you've come to board with me, we're all on the same goal because we all want to get our horse to whatever level. And we all believe in this trainer. There's going to be no ifs, ands, or buts because we're all thinking the same way. Nobody's contradicting each other because we all believe in this pro's way of doing things. We're not questioning, why is your horse going? There's not really any of that because we all trust this pro. And we all trust in their training and their methods. So it's always scheduled, so there's no real backbiting. There's still going to be birds on the fence. I'll talk about birds on the fence on another video. There's still more of a focus. It's all disciplined. It's all more of a narrow path. Whereas boarding, it kind of does this. It goes into this gray area. With a training barn, this is how it's getting done. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's just a simple black and white look at the differences between a training and a boarding barn. Post in the comments below, hey, what do you think? Are you at a training barn or are you at a boarding barn? And have you been to 2? That's the fun part. Have you been to both of them? While you're at it, hit that like button, hit that share button, and while you're at that, hit that subscribe button too. And if you haven't followed me on Twitter or Instagram, get on that right now. There's links. And I am Nolan Michael Cruz, and I will talk to you later. Ciao!